This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass.
They're aiming for the engines!
Nonsense. So why are you targeting a Gall Bank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson Fleet prey. Why the interest? No going back now. Once you're past Undine, just look for the room marked Environmental Control. Everything you need is inside. Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I intend to call you from now on, so get used to it.
Rook, could use a little help over here!
Oh, sure. First a tour, followed by a formal dinner at the captain's table. About time you showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I'm glad you feel that way. That's a disturbing way to put it. But I suppose that's the best offer I'm gonna get, so I'll take it. Your friend Toft really pulled the wool over my eyes. If you don't hold anything over the guy's head, he's not going to budge. He's stubborn, he's rich, and he's a huge pain in the ass. Well, you better learn quick. And of course Neva just happened to leave that out of her message about you, right? I owe you one, Overreach.
For the fleet! Another ship down! Keep it up!
Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency. It's good to be back. I usually have a nose for these things, but in your case, it's a mystery. Very frustrating.
Shields up!
Whatever the case may be, it's apparently worth risking your life over. That's telling me it involves a lot of money. That also means I want in.
It's not too late to back down, Rook!
Back to visit? What do you want? Remember, the moment you shut down that system, the entire ship goes into lockdown mode. I've got things to do. Just remember to put in a good word for me with Delgado.
Evasive maneuvers!
Been drinking too much grog at the Nova? We'll talk again later. I wish you hadn't blown away the gambling debt that Sandine owed me. But hey, you got the job done. Get back to it. Well, this is awkward. That would imply that Neva has a good side to begin with. Shouldn't you be on your way to Sandine?
I knew we shouldn't trust you. Target the flanks. Give the Rook a chance to cleave through the front lines.
Last thing I intended to do with my life was go out in a blaze of glory on Neva or Delgado's behalf. Real smooth, idiot. I'll tell you what, though. I'm gonna make this extremely inexpensive for you. In fact, you don't have to offer me a single credit. But let's make one thing clear. If I'm gonna stick my neck out by helping you get near Dombrowski, I want something in return. Someone with enough disposable income to afford a permanent six-figure cabin aboard one of Trident's finest space liners. Yeah, well, lucky for you, it's not black tie, so you'll be fine. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. We don't see these kind of fireworks on the Siren, that's for sure. I'm glad one of us did. Estelle, I heard your appetite for alcohol is legendary. Let's get one thing straight. You're here for business, not for a vacation, so let's start by talking about Delgado's sudden olive branch. I can't believe she's trying to cut me out of this deal. Don't worry, it'll be as easy as it was mingling with the guests at the party. Just throw a few lousy switches and you're done. Yes, implosion is more your thing, Adler. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. As long as you remember that I'm getting paid my cut, I'll help you with anything you want. Oh, I know plenty. Been tracking that beauty for months. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right?
Finally, a real battle!
Now what? Neva and I were working out something. Hey, wait a minute. Don't tell me she's sending you after the award alone. Take the ID to the purser's office. The system should let you retrieve the award from the safe. Couldn't be any simpler. Oh, I see. We're playing this game now. Fine. When I stopped at Gagarin, Sysdef was on the ground waiting for me instead of that contact I was expecting to meet. Oh, no. Delgado isn't gonna drop a cred stick on the table and be done with it.
Fire! Fire!
After everything it took to get back in, I'd be a fool to leave now. Suit yourself. I've got plenty to do around here. No, it certainly didn't. But at least we know you've caught him on the back foot. Fine. Have it your way. Apparently, you have everything under control.
It feels good to be back. Looks like somebody's got no shields!
I'd press her to reveal where the award's hidden, and we can go from there. I'm gonna guess that won't help with whatever your plans are regarding Galbag, now will it? I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Oh yes, quite aggressively. Good luck. I'll see you on the key. There's clearly something going on between Vera, Swiss, and Dombrowski, but we need hard evidence to use it to our advantage. Hey, now that wasn't by choice. Besides, I was still making a little bit of extra cash until you stumbled aboard a siren and mucked it all up. All right, Speedy, take it easy. You're not gonna find that kind of junk aboard a Trident Starliner. Any luck at the party? Thanks to my own stupidity, my second chance to return to the Crimson Fleet is long gone. After getting set up on the key, I traveled to a few settlements to find a base of operations. Oh, there you are. I was wondering when you'd visit. Should give us a little time to catch up. I'm pretty sure he didn't ask you to turn the Starliner into a bloodbath. But then again, I bet he didn't say not to either.
Turning on the fleet!
Oh, and while you're at the gala, avoid the canapes. They're frozen, not fresh. Without me, the award never would have ended up here in the first place. We're supposed to be working together on every part of this. So, you gonna tell me what else you're here for, or not? You'll die for that. She told you to hold that over my head, did she? Oh, that witch. It's good to be back. You really pulled a number on me, Agent. Well done. What the hell? When I asked you earlier, you said you weren't here for anything else. I was looking for a place that would allow me to pick up information about juicy shipments for the fleet to jump on. And besides, there's history being made in this moment. Even if I had business elsewhere, it can wait. And here I thought you had skills. Yeah, I'm a bit short in that department myself. You'd better, or you're gonna have to find another Galbank executive. As long as Dombrowski's on the ship, he's all mine. The event's a complete sham. Bunch of rich snobs getting together and throwing a party for themselves. Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars. Probably spends more time cruising the space lanes than actually working. I'm talking about trading shuffleboard at canasta games on a Starliner for spilling blood and making credits with the fleet. Thanks to you. Now tell me, what about the status of your plan? How can I help? Okay, now there's no need for that type of talk. Having fun at our little gala?
You'll pay for that!
After this little stunt I helped you pull, I'm certain Trident's going to rip up my captain's contract. Yes, well, apparently that's off the table as well. Trident tends to shy away from rehiring convicted felons. Once a threat was declared, the Siren broadcasts a long-range distress call on all bands. Go on. You work your magic, and I'll take my pick of the cargo here. I heard Delgado was spinning that yarn, but I thought it was more of a hobby with him. Have things really gotten that desperate? So he told you to keep it from me. I see. Better not be a next time. So, what's the good news? I wouldn't mind a visit from time to time. Well, you might as well turn around and hop back aboard your ship because you're not getting near Dombrowski without my help. The amusing thing is, I don't even think they care very much that the heist went down on their ship. That's a given risk for them. This is one of Trident's premier Starliners. That means it has the best of everything.
Their shields are busted! We get a clear shot now!
Besides, you really want to ace a member of UC Security and have them breathing down your neck? You'll be the top story on SSNN. So tell me, what's the status of your plan? This is just like old times. It's good to be back. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that Eugeny Rokov always makes good on his deals. Always. Happy. Oh, I'm thrilled. Still, this leaves me with a lot of unknowns, and in our line of work, unknowns get you killed. Sounds to me like Delgado's either getting desperate, or this is leading to an even bigger score down the road. I don't suppose you're here to let me out, so speak your piece. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty tyrant, he'd probably thrive with the Crimson Fleet. Consider it similar to owning a luxury mobile vacation home. Plaything for the wealthy, you get the gist. Worst case scenario, I don't make the fleet, but I end up a couple thousand credits richer. That's almost a win-win, don't you think? Merchant vessels, transport, supply convoys, mining settlements, you get the picture. When I got a message about Dubrovsky, I assumed she'd be tagging along to steal the award. But looks like she sent you in her place. Any day now would be nice. They claim their goal is to celebrate the soul of the earth, the culture, the people, and the ideals of the past. I still can't believe you got me back in. I figured it would take every last credit I had. There's no way around it. You're gonna have to get the ID off of Sheila. Here, give her this. I'm certain it will help. Not only did you lie to me, but now you're telling me that she sent you after the award alone? Oh, from what I heard, I'll need to buy the bar. The drinks are complimentary, because the only way to achieve a win is by agreeing to play the game in the first place. Okay, then let me point you to the person in charge of the award. Or he backstabbed, lied, cheated, and betrayed his way up the corporate ladder. From what I've heard, it's the second option. Yeah? It can't end like this. I spent months manipulating the Terran Preservation Society into hosting their gala affair aboard the Siren of the Stars. Until next time. If that doesn't put your concerns to rest, I don't know what will. I'll pay for my sins, using the only currency that matters. If you think that compliment is gonna get you out of paying me my cut of Crix's legacy, then you're gonna be in for a surprise when we get back to the key. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski.
Get that lock off us, now!
Yeah? Funny you're only bringing that up now. Don't play games with me. We both know pinging a message back and forth to the key is going to take longer than we have to do this job. The Siren of the Stars is open to anyone with the right amount of class and credits. Of course, of course. I understand completely.
Keep them off the battery!
Couldn't resist the urge, could you? Perhaps I can pay you back later in some other way. Just look for me on the key, and I'll see what I can do. Her cabin was paid for by Dombrowski, and she's been hovering near him ever since they boarded the Siren. Don't worry. You'll get what's coming to you. I promise. No. There has to be a safer way. Well, you sure livened it up. It's gonna cost Trident a fortune to mop up this mess. It's no different than any other business acquisition. We keep the name on the store, but the creds go to the fleet.
You're making a big mistake! Their shields are down. Take them out. It's gonna take more than that to stop us.
Including a triple redundancy life support system. They installed a backup for the backup. You knew at this or something. Come on, think. Her name's Sheila Holbrook, and you can probably find her in the Starfield ballroom. I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up, and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Okay. Don't bother talking with the ship's purser. Without a claim ID, you'll never get to the award.
Just like old times. Well, don't just stand there.
Now you're speaking my language. Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help. Why are you still here? You need to get off the ship as soon as possible. Anyway, I'll deal with these prisoners. Could use a few extra hands. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the key. Seriously, you have to claim ID, and you're stumped as to what's next. Fine, I'll help. But you're doing all the legwork, and I'm still taking my cut of the payout.
Go! Go!
And by the time I get out of prison, any hopes I had to return to that life will have fully disappeared. His credentials. So you're hitting the Gall Bank branch in New Atlantis. Nice score, very lucrative and very dangerous. Get us out of here. We'll help you take the ship. Oh, absolutely. He's up the ladder at UC Security. Lots of pull. We have to handle this very delicately. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. Crix's legacy. Are you serious?
Is that all you got?
Just remember to tell Delgado how much I pitched in to help. Fortunately, the Siren is hosting the Terran Preservation Society charity gala. Larry won't be able to resist showing off his VIP clout. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I have no idea what all of that technical jargon meant, but cause enough confusion and it will buy us plenty of time, yeah? And I suppose it's just a coincidence you happen to be asking me about the very thing Neva and I agreed to steal together. Claudia Swift is a low-level employee at Gold Bank, barely holds a decent security rating there, so there's not much to tell. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. You must be joking. The legal team will very likely grind me into the dirt, and there isn't much I can do about it. This card will allow you to access the Starfield ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in one of the upper-level lounges. You gonna say something? I don't want money. I want back into the Crimson Fleet. It's as simple as that. Like the ship's purser probably told you. It's because the system is completely automated. With all of these wealthy patrons aboard, the ship is crawling with security. And you call yourself a pirate? You've got to be kidding me. Now, if you wouldn't mind letting an old man get his rest, I'd appreciate it. I smell a rat. I'm just hoping you'll put in a good word for me with Delgado. Otherwise, I've risked my career for nothing.
Taking fire!
So you're saying I should be happy that you took me out of the line of fire? I have to confess, I never thought of it that way. I think that's far enough. You're on your own from here. We're on a tight schedule here. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. But taking on a megacorp, that's a really big deal. Something the Crimson Fleet stayed away from in the past.
Hey!
Yeah, I figured you'd say something like that. Just another one of Delgado's loyal little soldiers, huh? Fine, have it your way. I think they're more embarrassed I was able to gain the position as captain of the Siren under false pretenses in the first place.
Defend the battery! Ship's still holding.
I know the guy, he doesn't bluff. But I'd bet my last cred stick he's running scared. These people couldn't give a damn about Terran Preservation or any other charity for that matter. If you're trying to make a point about my life being over, don't bother. I get it already. All hell's breaking loose across the Siren and the UC's on its way. We don't have long. All right. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Now, let's talk business. Neva must be out of her mind if she thinks she's going to screw me out of this deal. Luckily for us, it will still trip an emergency and everyone will have to return to their quarters until I sound the all clear. Which I won't. You don't get to live. You know, I heard you describe Neva as a black hole. Anyway, I suppose that's enough to get you started. Good luck. Worst thief in the fleet. Maybe. But if something goes wrong and he's able to raise an alarm, we're sunk. Playing it safe for now. Okay. I can respect that. Normally that wouldn't raise any eyebrows, but the fact that Dombrowski's married to someone else, that changes people's perception just a little bit. Let's get on with it. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski, so they'll be more than happy to share his dirty secrets. Don't let it bother you. It comes with the territory. You're in the fleet, Rook. No mercy, no remorse.
Damn it! Hit their grav drives. I want every one of those ships stranded.
In their minds, Earth is now dead, which is why they feel that preservation of its remaining aspects is so important. You seriously need to ask. Okay, I'll give you 2 reasons. He's a VIP executive, which means He either worked really, really hard using blood, sweat, and tears to make the arduous climb to the top. I wouldn't want you to risk your position with the fleet like I did, so I'll just leave it alone. Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time at his station as usual. Have fun with that guy. He's a real piece of work. Take it easy. I'm just getting you started here. I'm sure you'll come running back to me for help again. Fine. You want to play it that way, and suit yourself. Hey, I stole that first. First, Gold Bank protects their own. Kill Dombrowski, and they send Ecliptic after every Crimson Fleet ship they can find. Not something Delgado wants, I suspect. And besides, there's history being made in this moment. Even if I had business elsewhere, it can wait. Oh, there's one last thing. Dryden equips all of their starliners with the latest acoustic threat detection. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Nothing but radio silence. Damn, that makes things more complicated. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me? Partner, what's the status of your plan? I had to arrange the event to make sure that the award was aboard the ship. Neva said she'd do the rest. If you're going after a gold mine like that, I'll want to come along for the ride. Or you're not getting near Dombrowski. Now that doesn't belong to you. You shouldn't. Clearly I was never cut out for this sort of thing in the first place. And second, you offer Gal Bank employee in every single Gal Bank facility in the settled systems will triple their security. What do you want to talk about this time? Something that'll help me pass the time, I hope? Well, this isn't the road I would have taken, but hey, you got the job done. You're crazy. You know that? Vera giving you trouble. Meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship. Security will be alerted and all hell will break loose. There's access to the crew section that you can reach through the Starfield ballroom. Next time you're dead. Shut up, Mathis, you ungrateful prick. Oh, really? Did she now? On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC security. Lots of clout with Mast. Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out. I need to pack up and get out of here. What is it now? But at the same time, my freedom's gone, so I'm not exactly popping the cap off the vodka bottle and celebrating either. To get what you need, you're gonna have to attend the gala, talk to his fellow philanthropists, and dig up some dirt.
I'm hit!
Of course I do. But who wants to settle for a one-time payout? I prefer to play the long game. That's not how I expected to spend the next couple of decades. But it is what it is. Any word from Vera yet? Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Given the chance, he'd backstab you for a cret stick and pin the murder on someone else. You see, getting my ass back into the fleet means I regain access to Shinya Voss. And that's as good as an endless stream of credits. There's clearly something going on between Vera, Swiss, and Dombrowski. But we need hard evidence to use it to our advantage. We need hard evidence of their scheme. But it's gonna be tricky.
Follow the Rook's lead. Let's finish this! All right, move in!
Well, looks like everything worked out, just like we planned. It's nice to know all that time piloting a luxury liner didn't soften my skills.
You've got a death wish.
Anyway, we'll get to that later. First, we have a much bigger fish to fry. Well, Estelle, I expect payment, but not from you. Just a cut of whatever you steal.
Need some backup over here?
Dig up any dirt on Dombrowski yet? Goodbye. Well, anyway, glad you popped by to say hello.
Easy pickings.
You don't need to know anything about the system. All you need to do is access the maintenance area and throw some switches. You thought I wouldn't see that. Don't you have somewhere to be? I once saw Neva strip down a UC security ship and sell the parts back to the UC through a shell company. Yeah, that's smart. Kill Vera, or anyone else involved in his conspiracy, and then Dombrowski heads for the hills. All right, we better get out of here before Dryden sends rescue ships to investigate. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Key. Well, I'll be damned. Someone from the fleet finally agrees with me about something. It's a goddamn miracle.
Hit those ships, now!
Go do something useful, okay?
Oh, you're dead.
Well, well, it appears we have a mind reader here. You're absolutely right. That's the last time I trust anyone ever again. Well, of course, what choice do I have? Here, give her this. I'm certain it'll help. Is it me, or is the key kind of ugly? Whatever they're paying UC architects, it's too much. I've got nowhere else to go, so I'm fully expecting that you'll put in a good word for me with Delgado. Oh, no sarcasm here. There's simply no reason to rant about what's happened. The only way you're gonna get the award is by using Sheila's claim ID. But she's not going to just hand it over. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any gunfire is gonna set off the ship's alarms.
I got sharks on my 6.
Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there something else you were sent here to steal? What is it now?
Ah!
Okay. Perhaps we'll see each other again at the key. Don't make me come over there. I don't hear any alarms yet. Problems? You're insulting my intelligence. Delgado wouldn't send you all the way out here without specifically telling you what you're allowed to offer. In reality, this is what happens when folks with far too much time and far too much money get together to make themselves feel like they're contributing to society.
I'm gonna turn your ship into scrap!